What's going on, fellas? It's Cager and I'm back with another video on Smash Ultimate. Now that the game has been out for quite some time, many of you are probably looking at ways to enhance your gameplay so you can work your way up to Elite Smash Online. In this video, I will show you the control setup that I use in Smash Ultimate and explain how it can help you in general, as well as allow you to perform some pretty cool tech. Anyways, let's get to the control scheme. Alright guys, so I have my controls right here. Now there isn't really an official term for this. I like to call it the tactical control scheme because it reminds me a lot of switching to tactical in Call of Duty. If any of you guys have played that, the whole process and applications of this are kind of similar, even though it's a completely different genre of game, and you'll see why in a minute. But anyways, the first thing I want to point out here is that this can be used on any controller. It doesn't really matter. Right now I'm using a Power A wireless GameCube controller, so it's showing up as a Pro controller. But this could also be used with a regular GameCube controller. Not really a sideways Joy-Con, but a regular Joy-Con, like 2 Joy-Con setup, it could be used for that too, or a regular Pro controller. It really doesn't matter. Now, the most important thing about this control scheme is that I have the right control stick, or the C stick on the GameCube controller, set to tilt attacks. Now, the reason for this is because tilts are very important for a lot of combos, and when you're doing those combos, you're playing the game fast, you might accidentally do a smash attack instead of a combo, and that'll instantly kill a combo. But if you play like a slower character, like I play a lot of Ike, playing Ike, if you do like a forward smash instead of a forward tilt, or a down smash instead of a down tilt, it really puts you at a disadvantage, and you're so easily going to get punished very badly for that. So having the C stick set on tilts, I never mess it up. Whenever I want to do a tilt, I just don't even press the A button. I will just use the C stick. A button is only for jabs and aerials, like neutral airs. Not gonna risk that, so I use the C stick all the time for tilts. And then smash attacks, you could just do the regular, like where you tap the control stick and hold A, because it's really easy to do that. Like compared to tilts, like when you're doing it fast, like you don't really mess up. Like you can practice a little bit if you're a little bit iffy on that, because you're just used to always using the C stick. But like once you practice it for like literally like a minute, like you're not gonna mess this up. There's also, for a quicker solution, you could set it so you hold A and B for a smash attack. I have that. I don't really use it too much, but I do have it saved on this control scheme. Now, while we're on this menu, I want to also mention that Rumble should just be off, because that can always throw you off when you're playing this game competitively. If you want tap jump on, you can leave it on. I prefer not to have it on, though. And then the stick sensitivity, I feel like putting it on high is the best, just because it feels the best, like it's the most responsive. So definitely go with that one. But now the next big thing to this is that I have jump on the R button on a Pro controller, which is actually the Z button on a GameCube controller. So right here on this Power A wireless GameCube controller, where the Z button is, that button's called R here, because that's where the same location on the Pro controller. But if you're playing on a GameCube controller, so I'll pull up the GameCube controller setup, because I believe I have this too. I have jump on Z, and the reason for that is because it's really good to have the jump button on a separate, like a whole separate finger than for your attacks or like the C stick. A lot of people in Melee use the claw method, which is where you'd play with your thumb on one button and your pointer finger on another button on the front instead of on the triggers, and that's really annoying. I don't like playing with the claw method. I've tried it before and it's really not that fun. So this alternative solution is to just map the jump button to one of the shoulder buttons, and that makes it a lot better. It takes a lot of getting used to. This is like tactical in Call of Duty, another reason it's like that. Not only does it deal with the right control stick, but here it's another thing that takes a lot of getting used to. But once you do get used to this, it is so much more practical to play the game this way, even though it seems really weird at first, because now you have access to your attacks at the same time as jump, which for one thing, it makes doing the short hop aerials a lot easier, because in this game, if you press jump and attack at the same time, you do a short hop aerial. Now you could just do X and A at the same time, but I find this way to be a lot easier in general once you get used to it. And then it also frees up more things for more advanced tech, as you get to more advanced stuff. Having your jump on a shoulder button helps a lot. Now, the reason why I have it as Z though and not just R is because there's another important thing with shielding here. You want to make sure that both L and R on the GameCube controller, or ZL and ZR on the Pro controller, are set to shield here, because if you hold both buttons instead of one for shield, you could actually angle your shield. Now you could also do this by just holding only L or R and then just tilting it slightly, but in high level play, when you're doing stuff really quickly, it's so much easier to just hold both buttons and do it that way. So then this way you map your jump to either Z or L or R on the Pro Controller. It could be L2. I still have L to grab on this, though I don't use L to grab. I actually have, oops, didn't mean to do that. I have Y map to grab, because since I'm jumping with this button, since I'm jumping up here with Z, or R in this case, because it's a wireless controller, I don't need Y to jump anymore, so I could just grab with Y instead. And I find that grabbing with Y is actually really good, because if you think about it this way, like, you're only attacking or grabbing. You're not doing both at the same time. So if they're right next to each other, you're only going to press one or the other. So it doesn't really matter. You know, like, you can press Z and A at the same time, or R and A at the same time. But you don't really ever need to press grab and attack at the same time. Though you might need to press jump and attack at the same time. So you might as well have grab be another button right next to attack. So it's just really easy to switch back and forth. And ever since I started playing like this, it took like maybe a couple days to learn, and now like it just feels so much better. And it's gonna really open up the doors to more advanced tech. So if you guys want me to cover that stuff, I'm not gonna be talking about that here because that's another topic to begin with. But it definitely is really good for doing some of those advanced techs, such as attack canceling, which is something that's going to be very big in this game. Like, similar to like how big L canceling and wave dashing were in Melee. Like, it is going to be a crucial aspect of competitive play in this game in the coming months. So this control scheme, this setup, I call it tactical, you could call it whatever you want to, is going to be really beneficial. Especially the biggest thing, I think, is having your tilt attack be on the C stick, because that is something that's so huge for tech, and in general, just so you don't mess up combos. It's something that's going to really help you out a lot, and a lot of people are really hesitant. Like, a lot of my friends don't really like that idea, just because having like 10 years of muscle memory just like doing smash attacks with the C-Stick. But once you learn it, it really helps out, and it makes doing things a lot easier. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. I'm going to be posting a lot more content on Smash Ultimate in the coming months, so stay tuned for that. Let me know what you want to see too. You could join my Discord chat to leave me a suggestion, and you can find a link to that in the description below. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is Cager, and I'll see you in the next one.